is feeling deepest. Noble left to see the world. Map to find the key once lost. To save the man is
Welcome everyone to another glorious episode of Followers of Mayhem. In the last episode we had a successful mission where we got the money and discovered a certain letter, which was then given to the party. Now, I forgot to put music on. Give me just a moment. Let's see. Will that work? Yeah, that'll do. Okay. So, I'm going to set the scene for everyone, because a few things have happened off screen, so let's get right into them. Okay.
Is this something where I should have been reading downtime RP beforehand?
No, just let me
Okay, just double checking.
Okay. The war has progressed slowly but surely. Little fights, taking the city inch by inch, evacuating what citizens you can. You are currently holed up in what looks to have been some sort of inn at one point. And at the moment it's abandoned, but For the moment, it's the home of... It's the forward operating base of the army, where everyone is meeting to discuss the next plan. It also happens to be where the tunnel to get you close to the castle is. Hidden in the basement, behind a wall. Only the rogues knew about it, but it was there. For now, though, you are all getting ready for the fight ahead. You have a little bit of time before the two armies clash once more, and when they do, you will use that as cover to begin your sneak attack on the castle. Now, before I let you guys go, let me just draw two quick lines here, so you guys have a general idea of where the fighting is.
I see nothing.
Give me a second, I forgot to, here, let me just,
Geez, Lala, is the fight so bloody and gruesome that you have to put a giant sensor bar over it?
Ignore your tokens here, I'll fix it up later, I'm just quickly dropping them down.
You left Kovis here so I can see things.
Yeah, I'm gonna get...
Where are we?
Okay, there we go. You're not there yet, I'm going to be moving your tokens in a second. This is just so you guys can see while I show you, okay?
I see two of me.
I just quickly grabbed your tokens so you could see, so I can explain where the fighting is.
Okay? All right. I'm done. Go ahead.
So, this is the... Okay, now it's not... Really? Why can you just not do what I ask? Okay. This is where the main fighting will be happening. This red line here. And this, right over here, is where you guys will be coming out. There's a small secret entrance around the back. Right there. That is where you guys will be coming out. Now I'll move you back over to the other map.
Here?
Yep, the square is where you're coming out. You're just below the circle. There's a small little hatch there.
Right. Right underneath the brothel, huh?
Anyway, I will move you back to the operating base while I set up your tokens. You are all at the bar getting a last meal in before you decide what you're going to do.
I'm gonna grab Kagura real fast. You and I need to talk.
Fine. Let's just make it quick.
I'll also ask around for, again, a hand crossbow.
You get one pretty easily, though they're only able to provide you with 10 bolts. Sorry, 20, not 10.
20 gold? Oh, 20 bolts.
bolts for your crossbow.
Okay.
Continue, Vienna.
Okay, let me preface this by saying I honestly never thought this resistance would get this far. I thought at most we'd be able to keep the syndicate off balance, possibly indefinitely.
You had enough faith in.
Well, you didn't let me finish.
Sorry.
But now but now that it has gotten this far, that looks like we're making actual progress. We need, as I've been thinking, once Jule goes down, there's going to be a pretty big power vacuum.
What are you implying?
She and the syndicate controls. The syndicate controls a good half of Mayhem right now. I'll kill. I'll like taking away that, like, knocking them down entirely. It will just leave a big. It'll be chaos if we just kill her. You and you're in the best position to take control. All of the crown. I'm in the best position to take control of the syndicate. We need to be ready to take those reins when this is all over.
I was planning for you to take over the syndicate in your mother's place after this anyway.
Yeah, but good to see. Glad to hear we're on the same page. Then you do know this is probably going to mean no more adventures with the rest of the group once it's all over, for a while at least.
We still have to prepare for the astral dragon.
And yes, but that's a distant problem. And if we and our immediate priority after will be to focus on taking charge, fixing the whole mess that our parents left behind. And it's got to be us your mother let someone else do the job of ruling for her, and look how that turned out.
Yeah, I have no idea what she could have been thinking.
Well, soon enough, you're going to have a chance to ask her.
That's if she's still alive. We don't know her status right now.
I could find out right now, but I'd rather save my most powerful spells for the fight.
Fair. We'll find out ourselves soon enough anyway.
Well, I pick up. I pull out a couple of pints of the strongest drink we think I could scrounge from this inn, and let's go put your dad in his place then. And I hand him one.
I've told you know I've said 1,000 times that I'm too young to drink, right?
You're old enough to kill. You're old enough to drink.
Don't tell anyone.
Who would care if I did?
Everyone knows I'm only 17.
I'm gonna be honest. It's honest. It's unless you live multiple centuries, your age is always gonna be pretty fuzzy to me.
My kind Tengi yokai have a life expectancy of at least of 300 tops. Although considering I'm not one that might make my life expectancy higher or lower. I'd have to ask Elnath about that.
Breathe.
You're half so probably higher.
Fair enough.
Just drink it. Just drink.
Fine.
Besides, it'll piss off your dad.
Maybe.
That's it.
Anyone else got something they want to do?
Wanted to find Olar's dad. I recall you mentioning something earlier about it.
You look around and eventually you find Sasha in the bathtub, and he simply says that he's already gone out to take his shift. You'll have to find him after the battle. I know his token's there, but he's already headed out the battle.
I understand. Thank you, Sasha. And she just leaves.
There's a rubber ducky dolphin in the bathtub, by the way.
That's very funny.
And since your perception is actually ridiculous, it's not a rubber ducky, it's a living dolphin.
Oh, that's awesome.
Anyway, anyone else got something?
Nah, I can't really think of anything. Like, there's really nothing Alex can really do at this point.
You guys ready to head out to the tunnel and begin your dramatic entrance, shall we say?
Yep.
Alrighty.
Well, let's go in loud and screaming.
Right. Okay. You head through the tunnel and arrive out behind the the pleasure house. Castle walls stretch above you, and you can see the fighting off in the distance. The two guards, stony and silent, robotic, stand at the only entrance other than the walls. What do you do?
Alright.
Anybody got anything good against stone elementals?
They don't,
Well, they're still made of stone. So
they're just armor.
oh, armor.
Yeah.
Living armor.
Oh, okay.
If it helps any, I could get myself and one other person on the other side of the wall.
I mean,
separating us probably isn't the best idea.
How thick is
True.
the wall? How thick is the wall?
The walls, it's about. I'm fixing your token, Grisura. Let me just quickly fix Grisura's token here. Grisura has sight. Okay.
I can see.
For some reason, your token wasn't set to be your token, but it's probably just a thing. I can fix it later. The wall is about 20 feet high, and it's about 5 feet wide. 5 feet thick. It's, a stone wall.
5 feet thick. All right. In that case, I'm gonna cast Shatter to blow a hole in the wall.
Okay. Alright. Roll me the damage then.
Ignore the damage boost. That is modify. That is modifiers. Is having forgotten to turn off modifiers.
Okay. You are aware this is gonna make quite a bit of noise, yes?
Yep. That's.
We weren't exactly planning on being quiet.
Alright.
So,
you cast it on the wall, you crack it, and you can see just a tiny peak of green grass behind the wall. But you just don't quite break through.
Well, I've got more of those where that came from.
Okay. Do you cast it again then?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Roll your damage. Oh wait. Yes, roll your damage. Alright, so you're casting Mage Armor. Alright. You just see the walls split apart, shattering and cracking, and you can successfully make it into the castle. And let me just delete these. So, you are currently outside the map and you're looking in. In terms of where you are, please don't move. Please stop moving.
Sorry.
Thank you. You are down around here. On the rooftop, you can see a line of archers, and on the ground, you see a bunch of guards, including one that's sleeping through all of this. I've labeled all the floors so you know which one is which. What do you guys do?
Wait, including one that's what?
Including one that's sleeping through all of this.
The one that's sleeping is up here.
Oh, okay.
Now, are the guards dressed up as royal guards or as syndicate members?
These are royal guards, yes.
So, how are you gonna get through this?
You see one
It's actually
guard.
considering someone.
You see one guard
Go.
rush inside.
I'm gonna say they probably noticed that we just blew a hole in the wall.
Alar's gonna hide behind the wall and cast invisibility on
And that-
herself.
And they could have also seen me. That could either be a good thing or a bad thing.
Alright.
I had to blow up in the fucking wall.
Alright. You successfully cast invisibility. You have advantage on stealth checks, but you do still have to roll stealth.
Okay. Should I start rolling stealth now? When do you want me to roll it?
When you decide to do something that requires stealth.
I'm gonna move out into this palace.
Do you tell anyone you're doing that?
Nope.
Okay. You will see a lot vanish. Roll stealth for me.
I'm gonna say I probably took the time to cast this ahead of time. Because that sounds like a smart idea.
Alright. Okay. You're pretty sure not even the party knows where you are, Allah.
Okay.
The guards are watching the hole in the wall.
Damn it. Why the hell did you have to do that, Fiona?
Now we go around the other way.
Oh. Alright.
Allah, what are you doing?
I have an hour duration with invisibility, so I'm going to scour the place. Just let me know when I gotta roll stealth.
So, do you head inside?
I'm gonna try to.
Okay. I need...
Or if I
Where-
thought that
where
Bob has
is-
an hour as well.
Where is this? Oh, okay, just making sure.
That's upstairs.
Okay.
They're on one of the roofs and holding their arrows ready, aimed at the hole in the wall.
Okay.
That's the outside and roof. See, I've labeled them, as you can see there.
Yeah.
So, you head in. I will need you to roll me another stealth. Because
Okay.
you're going right by the guards.
Right.
Okay. You successfully make it inside. You can hear voices coming from over here.
Fucking windows.
What do you do, Alal? Everyone else, you're making your way around to the other side, yes?
Yep.
Alright. I will need you all to roll stealth for me. Allah, you should have control of your token. Feel free to do what you're doing.
Okay. Oh.
What?
By this point,
Right.
you're able to hear their conversation. And you're able to see that Carrick is currently sitting on one of the throne chairs in a large balcony area. The guard is quietly explaining what happened, and Carrick is listening before he stands up and descends the spiral staircase and steps over to the guard. Very well. His passive perception does not beat your stealth check. They start heading for the door.
Okay. Would insight glean anything from this?
What are you
Like,
trying to discern?
How strong he is and such. I'm just curious if it does or not. If it doesn't, that's fine.
Sure, you can roll insight. Why is your sheet whispering again, Guzura? I don't know why it does that.
Okay, I got an 18.
Okay. Yeah, he seems pretty strong.
Is he wise?
He's just calmly walking towards the exit despite you guys blowing a big hole in his castle wall. And they're still very much about to bump into you.
Alright, I'm gonna try to move out and down here.
Okay. They step into the hallway. Howdy, Jen. They immediately step and begin to head outside. Now, everyone else. I
am going to send a flaming sphere through the hole in the wall
Yeah.
as we go the other way.
Let me describe what's actually happening, okay?
Okay.
So, while you guys are heading up to the other end of the wall, and again, I don't have it here, but just pretend it's up there. Okay. So while you guys are heading up there, Dennis, while you're casting this spell, you can't roll stealth if you're doing that, by the way. At least you'll have to roll it again. But,
I was thinking I might have cast it before we walked away from the hole in the wall.
you already rolled stealth before you told me you were casting it. But
This is
okay.
true. Okay.
Anyway, as you're casting it and you glance out, and you see Kerrig step out into the entrance. His gaze goes
Carrick's here.
and then you head up and catch up to everyone else. As far as you guys are aware, they did not see you moving.
Do I need to roll a new stealth?
I'll just use your old stealth.
Okay.
Hello, what are you doing? Hello, what are you doing?
Sorry, I said we're gonna explore the place later, likely. I'm gonna follow Carrig.
Alright, you step outside, and if you decide to move out, you are going to have to roll another stealth check, just because of how close they are.
Okay.
What are you doing?
It's 22.
Okay. You successfully roll your stealth. What do you do?
I'm probably gonna move to a more favorable position at this point.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have to move past here and right about up here.
Okay. As you move away and look that way, for a moment you think Carrick is looking right at you. But no, his eyes are going straight through you, and he's looking more at the castle walls and the direction of where the party is, though you don't know that at the moment. And you guys do have the telepathic bond as a reminder, but you don't know they're up there. You don't know where they are at the moment.
Can I have a token for my flaming sphere?
Okay. There you go.
Thank you.
You guys can talk, you know. You just have to
It's
say
true.
you're doing it telepathically.
All right, well,
I just feel
Alex,
a lot better.
Alex, thanks, sir. All right, well, stay hidden, stay out of sight. Since you're separated from us, you're very vulnerable.
Understood.
And want me and child and want me to keep their eyes on the hole.
I didn't see many guards inside besides Carrig and the one he was talking to. In fact, I didn't see any.
I can keep their eyes on the hole. Do you want me to do that?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm flaming sphere over there if that helps.
No need. I don't think I can do anything with it.
All right, well, just stay safe, okay, Allah?
I got it.
Keep to the shadows and stay invisible until we meet up again.
I got it.
What do you guys do?
All
I
right,
think I'm
so
going. Should I move my flaming sphere out?
You can only move it where you can see. And there's a big wall in front of you and them.
It's true.
But let me draw it for you guys so you know where it is. And there's also 2 guards that are at the only entrance. Just as a reminder for you guys. And that's the hole there.
Wait, what? Wait, if this if this is the entrance, then why'd you put us so far up?
Because you guys went and broke a hole in the wall down here. Let me show you them. Let me take you back to the map. See the wall? It's the entrance, and then you got the wall. But because this map doesn't have a lot of horizontal space, I've just made the wall straight.
Okay.
Also, I think the upper half is just castle floor as well. So we're probably down here somewhere.
Yeah. Like, that's what I meant. Like, why are we all the way over here if the entrance is here? Why are we all the way up there if the entrance is here?
Do you want me to put the guards that are at the entrance back?
Yes, I would like to have a tactical awareness of everything. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Oh, DM.
Yes?
Do I see any weapon that Carrick has in particular?
He is indeed carrying a weapon. He's got
Alrighty.
a long blade. Hold on a moment. Vienna prepared an actual appearance for it, so I gotta use that instead of just theater of the mind like I was going to.
Or you could drive it and use theater of the mind.
Yeah, but your weapon is different to what I was going to picture. So, you see Carrick holding what appears to be the hilt of a blade. You don't see any blade in particular.
Oh snap!
Just a hilt. Weird.
Do you tell us about this?
Yeah, I'll relay that. I don't see him carrying anything, but I do see him carrying a sword hilt.
That's probably one of those. I forgot what the name of the item was.
That sounds like... Hey, metagaming.
This is Dennis. He knows magic items.
You still have to roll Arcana.
Okay, very well.
Alright, well, what do you think it is, out of character?
Out of character, I think it's that one fire sunblade thing that's technically a lightsaber.
Okay. You are aware of that the royal family has such a blade. But
Okay.
you don't know, but you wouldn't know its stats or any of its abilities. You just know that they have that blade. Okay?
Okay.
So don't
He probably
metagame-
has.
Don't metagame any of the knowledge of what it can do.
That's okay. I don't remember offhand. It's gonna be on and off.
Mm-hmm.
The blade can turn into a sword blade of energy. The hilt can create a blade of energy. If he's just holding a hilt at the moment, then it's off.
Huh. Okay.
So, but yeah, at that, Alex is like, so what? It's like some kind of weird paladin thing?
Don't gotta be a paladin to use it, as far as I know.
That's in character.
I mean, I can tell you for sure that he's never been religious, so I wouldn't think of him as a paladin.
Anyway, so now that they're distracted and Alara's on the enemy lines, so
Allah,
what are we gonna do?
while they're talking, you've noticed that Carrick is slowly getting more and more bored expression until finally he just starts walking towards the entrance.
And want me? And I can take out a bunch of those guards in a single attack. I was about to do that, and then you guys.
You don't know any of this yet. Only Allah knows. She has.
I know.
Guys,
I was saying
walking.
to Alex.
Okay. Sorry. My bad.
Yeah.
Alright, Fiona, say your thing, and then Allah, you can say your thing. I'll wait until you guys say that before I move in more.
Want me to take out a bunch of the guard? Want me to take out a bunch of the guards in the courtyard?
If we're fighting here and now, well, if we're going to fight here, chances are that, well, I mean, he checks in with Allah. You said Carrick just came out, right?
He's heading towards you guys.
Okay, well, seeing as it seems like we're going to be fighting here and now, the more we thin the numbers, the better the odds for us. So, you know what? Whatever you gotta do, call down the thunder, do whatever.
Valen flies over. Valen flies is just up over the buildings and lands right in the middle of them. And then he blows up with a destructive wave.
Alright.
So, hold on. Can you put Valen on? Can you put Valen on the thing so I can decide the best place for him to land first?
Yeah, sure. Give me a second. Where is he? Sidekicks? No, where did you put him in? And Syndicate? No,
He should be in sidekicks in all forms.
Okay. Let me check it again. Oh yes, I forgot his icon was, white. I was looking for a blue icon.
Yeah.
Like, too big.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, it's still too big, I think, but I can work with it. Can you give me the sight through him?
Sure.
Thank you. Okay, Hold on. Hurry up.
Is that where you're passing
Yeah.
it?
One. Hold on. One up in. Yeah, like. Don't tell me to hurry up. Time is frozen right now.
I'm not
Sorry,
telling you-
I just. That was me. I saw Carrick's token moving, and I was panicking a little.
Okay, yeah, that should be good.
Okay. Let me just.
I'm fairly certain none of the guards will survive this.
No, I'm not even gonna roll.
Yeah,
I'm just
like
gonna...
if they're within 30 feet of Valen, they're dead.
Yep, I know. I'm just gonna paste dead tokens on top of them. Because that's faster.
For record, are we above or below the guards?
I will describe what's happening over there in a moment. I have
Okay.
to deal with the 20 dead guards at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah. So I imagine that got Carrick's attention.
Why does that token not... it's good. There we go. Okay. Alright. So, it was destructive wave. So, you watch as
So now-
Valen...
Valen is just sitting in the middle of all that, looking very proud of himself.
Okay. So, you all watch as Valen takes off from Vienna's shoulder and flies over before landing with a sudden stop, and his wings flare open and this large dark wave bursts forth, crackling with electricity and energy. And Allah, you just watch as around 30 guards who... You've been watching them for a while, so you've noticed that they weren't really... They were holding their weapons at the ready, but it was more defensive than offensive. And as they all look to the bird, their bodies just jolt for a moment, and then they all slump over. The remaining guards take a step back at this. I'm not done. So, while this is happening, you all watch as Carrick steps out from behind the walls and just turns to look directly at you.
Wait, where are we right now? Because, are we still up
Yeah.
there?
Where do you want to... Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, because I can't imagine we'd be going all the way past there.
Okay. You're
Also, I
around
don't-
there then.
Yeah. Also, I don't want to scroll around like that.
Fair enough. He didn't even blink.
I got it back up a little bit.
What do you guys do?
Alex thinks Kagura. Well, Kagura, now's your chance. Maybe you can convince him.
Kagura steps up. So I take it you stepping out here to face me yourself as confirmation that you never wanted to fight us in the first place.
Kerrig lifts up the hilt and points it at Kagura, and you watch as slowly a blade of pure light forms, now pointing at Kagura.
You're not even going.
I'm not done. You have to bear with me. I speak slow.
Oh, all right.
He then speaks, and he simply says, currently, there are 3,000 citizens in the city. Soon, they will be in the points where the fighting will be taking place.
You didn't just forget to evacuate the civilians. You're holding them hostage.
Now, I just have to ask this really quick. Alex, you have Devil's Sight, yeah?
Yes, I do.
So you can see invisible things?
No. Devil's Sight allows me to see through magic and non-magical darkness. However, if it is within 30 feet of me, then I do have Eldritch Sight, which allows me to detect magic.
Alright, okay. So, Allah, you briefly see Kerrig... I butchered that. You briefly see Kerrig glance up and to the left at something, before his gaze goes back to Kagura. And again, only you spot this. I'm not done. I just need a moment to form what he says next, if you can bear with me. Okay, he lowers his blade slightly. No longer pointing at Kagura, but clearly at the ready. He simply says, I have a proposition for you.
Fine, I'll humor you. Talk!
One-on-one duel. If I win, you let me go free. If I lose, you can kill me as you wish. If you agree to these terms, I will call off all the army that are currently fighting in the city, saving those 3,000 lives.
Vierna tosses a paper airplane at Kerrig. Unfold that.
End this duel. If you win, do you plan to kill me?
He looks to Vierna, and he doesn't even glance at the note. He simply says, you know, you are very much like Mother. So very much like her.
What?
I'm not done. I'm not done. She killed her mother too. But no. And he glances back to Kagura. I don't kill my own blood.
What about-
I would have been glad to hear that. Another time, I would have been mad. Now I just don't care. Open the damn note.
What about Mother? Is she still safe?
She is currently with Julie in Porsche.
Should have known it wasn't going to be that easy.
One last bargaining chip.
Fiona, roll me persuasion. It's
Sure
a low
thing.
DC, don't worry, it's just if Carrick's gonna bother reading your note.
Right. Like, I get it. Like, that'll be a 19.
Okay. He'll reluctantly pick up the note and he just glances to them before slowly opening up to see what's inside.
It's the same note that was found at the heist, the same one he was writing to Mother. Did you mean what you wrote and all that?
Allah, with your ridiculous perception, you're the only one that see this, but Carrick's eye actually twitches.
Because
I'm not done. You see that, Allah? And as for everyone else, he rolls it up and then burns it on his blade, and he simply says, I was wondering where that trash went. It must have fallen out of my pocket.
Because if you did mean it, then I get the sense that then I'm guessing you really don't want to fight Kagura.
No response.
Alex gives thanks to everyone. May I step forward? I should at least try.
No need. My offer has been made.
I just have 2 questions.
Well, wait, hold on. He thanks to everyone, and he heard that.
Oh, I didn't realize you thought it. My bad.
Telepathic bond, as far as I know, is still going.
Yeah, but I didn't realize you thought it. I'm sorry.
Okay, sorry. I didn't make that clear.
I'm
Isn't
sorry.
that just between you and Dennis, though?
It's between all of you.
It's between everyone.
Oh,
Anyway,
okay then.
rewinding a bit, continue.
But yeah, Alex thanks to everyone. Should I step forward and give it a try?
And why not? Might be interesting.
Alright,
I got plan C ready, just in case.
alright. Do you see anyone? Alright. As Alex steps forward, he gets about 5 feet in front of Kagura. And before he says anything, he thinks to a lot. Can you spot anything? Are we being flanked or surrounded?
His movements are awkward. That's all I can glean from this. I think there's more than just what he's showing.
So you think he's got some invisible friends?
That I don't know. I couldn't spot any.
All right. Well, just keep an eye out. Your Majesty. I imagine that doesn't get any response, yeah?
He simply glances to you and then looks to Kara and then says, my offer has been made. The longer you dally, the more lives are being casually slaughtered in the city.
Alex, stand back.
Kagura, you and I both know you won't survive that fight.
If that's what it takes to save the people, then it's a chance I have to take.
Standing alone isn't the answer. At least allow me to speak before you go ahead.
Fine.
If he If he says nothing else, then I'll let you have it. Your Majesty, I know very little of your family or of what you've suffered through. But if what we've read is true, and what I can sense is true, you don't want to do this. You only feel obligated to because Julei is holding your leash. But here's the thing. You're not a caged animal. You are more than capable of making decisions for yourself. You've seen how far we've come as the Resistance. And I can tell you for certain, she's scared of us. She may put on a brave face, but she is worried. You don't have to be her servant anymore. You don't have to live and die on her will.
He lifts a hand as if to try and cut you off. Do you stop?
I keep going just for a little bit. You can live how you want to live your life. She has no power over you.
His expression when you kept going was just slowly devolving into boredom, before he lets out a breath, and he lifts his blade up, pointing it right at you, and he simply says, "Let me make one thing crystal clear. As long as Julei, my mother, is alive, I will always oppose you."
Is that a fact?
Gazura rolls her eyes.
Then why?
Pathetic.
Then why didn't you kill Sarai? The rogues. He told me what happened at the vault. You had a chance to stop them, and you didn't. Why?
I hadn't had my cup of coffee.
I know you say I'm like mother. I'm starting to think you're like me.
Well, if you are truly beholden to her until she dies, then I guess we know what we must do. Alex turns on his heels and walks past Kagura and whispers into his whispers to him in his mind. Don't hurt him.
Kagura steps forward and readies the holds the sheathed sword up in his left hand and grabs the hilt with his right.
Gazura whispers to Alex's ear, "You know this so-called king is going to play dirty, right?"
I know. That's why. And Alex holds out his hand and summons Wanderlust. No foul play.
Vierna just thinks aloud. He won't need to.
Gazura lets one of her hands open and allows some magic to spark. Though you can see it's slowly... It's like she's trying to refrain from forming magic missile. You try anything, your eyes go first.
Carrick, just turning his back to everyone, slowly walks 30 feet that way, and then motions to the two, hold on, what are they called again? The two metal shield guardians at the entrance, and he mutters some sort of magic, and they stand up, and then they march inside. Right past Allah.
Is that a show of good faith that you'll honor this as a one-on-one?
Destroy your weapon.
Fine. Here I thought I could actually get through to you.
He lifts his blade up and prepares for the fight. Roll initiative, Kagura. Everyone else, I'll be giving you a group initiative, basically, when I'll ask you guys if you have anything you want to do. Okay?
Okay.
Got it.
So, he will roll. Mish. And, I shall set his rolls. Should I set his rolls as Never Whisper, or should I leave them Whisper? Well, that's a question. What do you think, Vienna?
Whoa, what a question.
One adds more mystery. The other makes it more, I guess, terrifying, I think, is the word. What do you think?
I will leave this up to you, DM.
You can roll a d2.
I've always been one to keep my rolls out in the open. I'll just leave it so you guys can see his rolls. Okay. So, the next thing, you know what, Allah, congratulations. You're acting as the, group initiative token.
That's fine.
Alright.
Do I roll?
No, you're just...
Oh. Okay.
So, Kagura. He has his blade drawn and is ready to fight. It is your turn.
Alright. Kagura is going to... Hold on, I want to see how far away this is.
Should be within 30 feet.
You see Kagura vanish for a split second, and he reappears right in front of Carrig and swings his sword at him.
Okay.
Oh, that's not an auspicious start.
You swing your sword, but for a moment you hesitate. This is still your father, and your mind is taken back to moments when you saw him as you were growing up. Moments when you saw him, though once forgotten, now remembered, talking to Julie in particular. How he was always being ordered to do something. And as you're caught in that memory, you blink back to reality and you find your blade has clinked off his armor. He then brings his blade around and takes a swipe at you. You take 8 radiant damage.
That's 71 minus 8.
Yep.
Yes, 63.
Alarm.
If it helps, you can just click on your token, like click on the green bubble, and just type in.
Well, I need to have my
-8.
character sheet up anyway, because so I can access my attacks.
Combat's every 6 seconds. Every round, 6 seconds.
Every round is 6 seconds.
Okay.
So this is everyone's group initiative. Is there anything you guys want to do?
Alex, we still got the telepathic bond going, yeah?
Yep.
Alex just thinks everyone, there's no way he's going to survive this.
Well, it's a good thing I'm here.
Do what you can.
I'm going to cast Creator's Invisibility on myself.
Okay. You are now very invisible.
Alrighty,
everything?
and I'm gonna move right about here as well, 25 feet.
Okay. Kagura, it is your turn again.
As the first clash, Kagura says, "That stunt you pulled in Prosh, locking me away. Just what did you expect to accomplish with that?"
Welcome to the Syndicate. Do you still... You get sneak attack when you're 1v1 now, don't you?
I do believe that's why I switched.
Because you're a swashbuckler. Yep, okay. Just checking. You bring your blade over and you do a large slash, catching him by the neck. But not enough to actually hurt him, you just get a glancing blow on his neck. You deal 7 or 16?
That'll be 23 total.
Right. Thank you. Math is something I haven't done in years, so shut up.
Math makes me brain hurt.
Yeah.
So why didn't you just kill me back then?
Again, he then takes his blade and he does a slice as he says, "Welcome to the Syndicate." And he's going to attack. You take another 9 radiant damage.
Is that everyone else? Is it going to the group's turn now?
Yep, group's turn.
Alright, so what's your plan, Fiona?
Well, Kagura agreed into this duel, so I will honor it. Besides, Carrig is holding back right now.
He's holding back?
And yeah.
Damn.
I'm in range, so I'm going to attempt something here, and it's going to really suck.
Okay.
In a panic, Alara has to drop her invisibility and try this.
Okay, the moment you drop your invisibility, he glances over and he casts Counterspell.
Oh, yay. Love that spell. Guess at 5th level?
So, no, he cast it at 3rd level, so he's got to make a intelligence save. DC is...
No, not a save, just a check.
Yeah.
So, in check, DC is...
15 in this
15.
case.
Okay.
Oh.
Alright. So he fails, which means he has to make a wisdom save, and the DC is...
15.
Okay. You successfully dominated him.
I give one word command. Or not one word. I command him to stop attacking. Kagura, the fight's over.
Damn it, Alar! Are we agreed to a duel?
I think she's about to tell you that you agreed to a duel.
So,
Call off your soldiers.
So that lasts 1 turn, yes? Or... No,
Up
it's
to 1 minute.
concentration, 1 minute. That's... okay. Alright. Carrig looks at Kagura, and he just slowly lowers his weapon and casts a spell, and all the fighting ceases.
Tell him to drop his weapon while he's at it.
Lar stares at Carrig with a rage in her eyes, and she says, "Cut off your sword arm."
You can't
what?
do that.
I can't.
That's intentional injury. You can't do that.
I cannot do intentional injury.
No, you can't.
Intentional.
Wait,
That will terminate the spell.
Do you have any idea how broken that spell would be if you could make
That
target
creature you can
yourself?
fetch if the creature doesn't further direction, doesn't prevent self-ability. I don't know.
Usually with charm spells, because they can control people, it's more or less, if it's clearly that it's going to cause them harm, they really don't do it, because it's obvious.
Ah.
Well, no, this Actually, no. This is dominate person though, and yeah, dominate person doesn't have that clause.
It doesn't? Ooh.
Alright.
What? Yeah, it doesn't say anything about no self harm.
Okay. Carrick will lift up his weapon, lift out his hand, and just chop it straight off. It now falls to the ground. And now Carrick gets to make a second save. He still fails. He's still dominated.
Might want to tell him to lose the sword.
Drop the sword.
He drops the sword.
It's yours now, Kagura.
What did you gonna say?
It's yours
She
now.
Yeah.
What's? Yeah, I can't. I still can't. Still can't
The
make up what
sword
you're
is
saying.
yours
It's
now.
that's yours now, Kagura.
They're pointing to the
Hey.
sword that he just dropped.
Okay, so as he's dropping the sword, Kagura drops his scabbard, or throws his left hand out and grabs the sword hilt, holding the sunblade in a reverse grip, at his father's neck.
Okay.
Damn it! This isn't how I wanted it to go. Alar, why?
You owe it to me, Kagura. I see this. And he owes it to me as well.
We agreed that his punishment was going to be my choice.
Life isn't always about your choice, Kagura.
Yeah. While they're arguing about this, Bjorn is gonna go ahead and stabilize Carrick's injury, make sure he doesn't bleed out or anything.
Okay. That'll be a medicine check.
I was just gonna give him a quick cure wounds.
Okay. The Sunblade would have cauterized the wound, Becca.
Oh, well. Well, actually, if it's cauterized, then I guess he's not gonna bleed out. He'll survive a bit of shock then.
Okay. What do you guys
Alex,
do?
Alex walks over and he places a hand on Kagura's shoulder. I'm sorry it had to go this way, Kagura, but... well, you heard him yourself. He wasn't going to give in until Jule was gone. And, well, this way, he's still alive, and once it's all over, maybe then you can make amends.
So I'm gonna start tying him up.
You see Kagura's hand, Kagura's hand holding the sunblade up to his father's neck. Ek is shaking, his teeth are gritting. You can tell he's frustrated. Eventually, the blade retracts into the blade on the sunblade. And God, that sounds redundant. Retracts, and Kagura just goes, swings his left arm back, and turns away from his father, saying, "Damn it!"
I'm going. And count yourself lucky, Kagura. I'm going to have to do what you don't have to do right now. And then with that, Vierna is gonna cast Send Ending and call Elnath. Elnath, you know that cell you made for Felicia? We're gonna need another one.
Oh, I made 3 of them.
Oh, good.
We've got another prisoner of war. Oh, no, wait, this is Sending, sorry. Alex can't say anything.
And okay, so Yeah, like I'm just gonna like put a blow to the back of Carrick's head, just knock him out.
Alright, just for the sake of simplicity, just roll me a strength check.
Sure thing.
Okay. It takes you a couple of tries before he's knocked out, but eventually you successfully knock him out.
Yeah, it's a bit hard. It's a bit harder to hit the right spot if you don't have a sap.
Look at it this way, Kagura. If you still want to do a duel with him, you can regenerate his arm later, and then you can still do a duel.
Grisura glares at Dennis. Shut up.
Yeah.
Kagura just wordlessly, he grabs the scabbard he dropped onto the ground and puts his bootleg master sword back into it. And picks the sunblade up in his right hand, and holding it in front like he was holding it like Ventus did from Kingdom Hearts. Now he's holding it like Riku does.
I don't know those references, but
Yeah, I got it.
regardless,
He can hold it one-handed, two-handed. I'm guessing right now he's holding it one-handed.
regardless, as you hold the blade, it almost seems to be too comfortable in your hand, as if it was made for it. It feels as if it's an extension of your body, like as if you feel right with this blade in your hand.
He look and Kagura looks at the Kagura looks at the hilt of the sunblade and tightens his grip on it, saying, I knew I was gonna hold this eventually, but I never imagined it'd be like this.
It's the reality of war, unfortunately. But, well, it is what it is. Alex turns around on his heels and he walks over to Alar. And he looks up to her and he says, are you going to be alright?
Alar stares at Kagura's father for a moment and then looks to Alex. I made a lot of regrets today, but it's okay.
It's alright. He's not, well, he's alive. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Going forward, well, if I'm being honest, and I'm probably sounding a little hypocritical, but there's only one person who's ever needed to die in this war. Everything else is just a tragedy. So, if we can avoid it, we should.
Kagura, in response to Grisura's question, Kagura just wordlessly walks by her, wordlessly walks by Alex, Alar. He steps out into the courtyard, facing the guards, and he raises the sunblade. My father has been defeated. The Lundruk is ours. Lower your weapons now.
The guards and the archers all share a glance and then they drop their weapons. They seem to have this sort of expression of, yeah, that was due to happen. Yeah, I figured this would happen. You know, if you know what I mean.
So they lower the weapons?
They drop them as you asked.
Grisura then takes the opportunity to say something she's been thinking about saying for a time. Now bow to your new king.
Shut up, Grisura.
They all share a glance and then they all bow. What they actually do, though, is they kneel and put their heads to the ground. In fact, as Kagura passes through the city and sees the armies slowly picking up the pieces, every single guard and person in that city does the same, lowering to their knees and bowing.
Kagura keeps his head down as he heads back into the palace.
You head into the palace. And let me remove the there you go. It's unchanged as you remember it. Colored halls, rooms, libraries.
Oh, it's the interior is up here.
That's the ground floor, yes.
Okay. And I believe this room over here is where the paintings are.
Yep.
He goes up to the painting of his father.
The painting stares down at you with an expression that's slightly bored.
Kagura's hands are shaking, his teeth are gritting, and he's just his eyes are tearing up. He drops his usual sword, or turns the sun blade over, holds it over his head with both hands, and lets out a loud cry as he stabs the blade into his father's face in the painting.
As you stab the blade, the entire painting catches alight and then burns away, falling to pieces and ash.
The sunblade retracts. Kagura just drops to his hands and knees and starts crying.
Alright. Fiona and Alex, you successfully throw Carrick into one of the dungeons.
Okay, once he's in and secured, I'm gonna I pop a bit of healing on him in order to wake him up.
Alright, well, we'll get to that in a second. Allah, Arura, Razura, and Dennis, what are you doing?
Don't know.
I'll wait for Rura the Tide to see if she says anything.
Okay.
Grisura's gonna go over the recently acquired military, getting them to stop fighting the resistance
They've already stopped.
and getting them organized.
They're already starting to pick up the pieces. I said that earlier. But you do manage to help them out, and you do help them start to pull out debris so they can start rescuing people who got trapped during the fighting.
And keep an eye out for any troublemakers.
Okay.
I would check over the area real quick before heading inside the Demi plane herself.
You find nothing but the ash from the note, which swiftly blows away in the wind. Kagura,
Shit.
go on. Hello?
No, it's
Did
okay.
somebody come in to check on him? I spaced.
No, I was going to cut to you, but Alas said something.
No, you're good.
Okay.
Okay.
So, Kagura. Time passes. Guards occasionally come to check on you, but they mostly leave you to yourself. In front of the ashes of the painting.
Dennis asks Kagura if he needs anything through the mental link.
You hear Kagura just just bark. Leave me alone.
Very well. He leaves him alone.
You're left to the silence.
The
windows gently leaking in a thin bit of light, most of it obscured by the shadows from fires that are still slowly being put out.
Kagura turns around, leaves the room, heads deeper into the palace.
You head deeper into the palace and up the stairs. You find the old rooms, both yours, Emma's, and your parents.
You don't have a map for the second floor prepped, do you?
No, it's right here. It's the middle floor. Right here.
Oh. Hold on. There we go.
I moved you down to it. You find your room, your sister's room, and your parents' room. At least when you weren't hiding in the sanctum.
He walks into his parents' room, and he looks around. Does anything specifically looking for anything that depicts Carrig?
You find one side of the bed is still neatly folded, as if it hasn't been touched in some time. The other part's a little more crumpled. Someone's clearly been sleeping there. There's a small print on the unused side where someone has been sitting.
Some small print?
As in, there's a place where someone has been sitting on the side that wasn't being used. Because elves don't sleep, they trance.
Okay, so he goes up to the crumpled side and straightens the bed out.
You straighten it out, and you notice something peeking out of the pillow there.
He reaches in and pulls it out.
It's a painting done of you when you were very little. Of you and your mother, smiling happily.
Kagura turns it over and looks at the back.
Commissioned on, I don't know. You're 17 years, so commissioned 15 years ago by order of whatever his fake name was.
Gekrith?
Yes, and underneath it has a letter. It has a brief bit of writing that says, "To my White Lotus."
He sits they're perplexed at this flavor text at the bottom. Just turns the picture back over and lowers his head, saying, "There really was a time where you cared about me. What happened to you?"
There's some papers you now notice nestled on the desk. Guys, if you're gonna type, please mute yourself.
Sorry.
Some
Kagura-
papers on the desk. of
Kagura-
his desk.
Kagura goes up to the desk and goes over the papers.
Most of it is just, you know, like taxes and reports on the coming situation and certain things that are, you know, like making sure all the shops are stocked and ready for if there happens to be a siege. You know, making sure the castle's prepared, that sort of thing.
Does Kagura see if there's a date anywhere?
There's a couple of dates. Most of them are, you know, dated to before you started your attack on the city.
Would there be any dated back to before the war?
You open a drawer and you do indeed find a large stack of paperwork that appears to be sorted in chronological order.
Okay, so Kagura is going to go through the papers, see if he finds anything significant, or if it's all just or business stuff.
You go through and most of it does seem to be business, though you do find two things of note. Still, it does seem like on the business side of things that Carrick was at least keeping the city and managing it properly. Now, the two things you find one crunched up piece of paper that appears to be some sort of plan to move around 10,000 people out of the city.
Is that all it says, or does it explain why, or?
It doesn't explain why, but it's more recent than most of the stuff in the box. It looks like it was just tossed in here.
Was he planning to evacuate the city after all?
The second thing you find is at the very, very bottom. Well, it's a small letter and a small draft document of basically most of what you've seen of the other documents, you know, mentioning money and balancing things, with a small note attached basically stating that Carrick is starting a paper trail after becoming king because there was no official documentation before that point.
So was documentation like what exactly Oh, see, is it just documenting all the paperwork that Kagura just went through?
No, it's a document stating that this first document is the point when Carrick took over king, and that he didn't find any documentation on how Lundrak was being run before that point. As in, no one was writing anything down.
He had nothing to guide him through this. He was ruling on his own merits from the start. He actually was a competent king.
As you lift that up out of the box and look at it, you also catch something slipped behind the desk, wedged between the wardrobe and the desk itself. You'd have to push them out of the way to reach it.
Push the desk out of the way?
Yeah, you'd have to move them aside to get at it.
Okay, he does so.
Roll me strength check. Okay.
Oh, I didn't mean for that. Wasn't that supposed to be saving?
It wasn't, but it was only. I don't think you're proficient, so it doesn't matter.
It's the same. The modifier's the same anyway.
Yeah. Okay. So, you manage with some effort to push it aside, and you pull out another small little painting. This one instead of Carrick. He has what looks to be either you when you were very little, or Emeril, napping in a curled up ball on his head in their fox form.
He turns the picture over. Looks at the back.
In very neat cursive writing, there's just a little note that you recognize to be your mother's handwriting, simply saying, "I caught you napping." And then there's a little winky face.
Kagura lets out a light chuckle. Sorry that our German Shepherd started barking.
You're fine.
Anyway, he lets out a chuckle and says, "Was there actually a point where we were really like a family?" Does he see anything else?
You look through the other drawers, the desks, but you only find clothes and more paperwork.
Is there a nightstand?
There's a small nightstand, but it doesn't have anything on it beyond a candle.
What about the chest? Is that actually there?
The chest? The chest of drawers? That's clothes.
Oh,
I meant that's the cupboard.
That's the okay. It looked like a chest to me. Oh, anyway, if he doesn't find anything else, then Kagura's just simply he reaches out to Dennis and thanks. Reaches out to the others with the telepathic bond and thinks, "Let me know when he's awake."
And
Understood.
By this, how long does telepathic bond last, Dennis?
8 hours.
Okay, 8 hours, because by that point a couple of hours would have passed. That's why I was asking.
I said an hour.
Oh, an hour? The telepathic bond has already expired then.
Also, to be fair, it doesn't work across planes.
Fair enough. So, you don't hear any response back, Kagura.
I thought Alex said. I thought Alex replied, "I understand."
That was before I realized that it went off. So yeah, don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So did his message through the telepathic bond go through, or
No, because the telepathic bond has expired.
oh?
Meaning, Dennis would have to cast it again, and it doesn't work across dimensions anyway.
Okay, then he's going to. Then when he realizes this, he heads out to go into the demi plane himself.
All right, I'll tell you when you arrive. Okay? Because we're going to cut to Vienna and everyone else that's in the demi plane now. Okay?
I mean, it's probably just me, Carrig, and Felicia if she wants to join in.
I mean, a few others went into the demi plane, like we were on that.
Alex is just keeping watch of the demi plane since leaving it open isn't a good idea.
Okay. So after about 2 hours or so, Carrig's eyes just open.
Yeah. So, well, the first thing he sees is right outside the cell, a severed dark elf arm is in a bucket full of ice.
Okay.
Now, what is his reaction?
He stares at it for a moment and says nothing.
And so you're probably wondering about the arm. Don't worry, I'll stick it back. I'll put it back on you later. So, you wanted an honorable duel. Kagura wanted an honorable duel. The centaur you had tortured had other ideas.
He's silent for a long moment as he looks to you. And then he simply says, "Fair enough."
And I mean, Felicia's right over there if you want to say hi to her.
He glances over, and Felicia glances at him, and then he lifts a hand, and, hold on a moment, let me get his character sheet back up. Where is it? Antagonist, Syndicate, Carrig. Because you guys didn't do the side quest to get the crystal, so he can still cast magic in here. So, he's just going to, that might be a bit too big. Yeah,
Wait,
he'll just cast magic missile at her and, just once and just knock her to the side.
Fiona actually giggles at that. See, even we can agree on some things.
Wait, side quests to get the crystals? What? When did that come up?
When Elnath added the expansion, he said to prevent magic, you would have to go to somewhere and retrieve the crystal that is in that Colosseum.
Okay, well, after this, we're kind of probably heading that way anyway, so just going with it.
But they can still cast magic at the moment.
Yeah, well...
we need to fix that as soon as possible.
Yeah, he does.
Can they? Because we would take their focus, would we not?
Well, that still leaves some spells open into.
Anyway, let's just move on. We can discuss spell focuses and the semantics of it later. Anyway.
Yeah. So, Carrig, I think I figured it out. Why? Like torturing in Kagura like that against Mom's orders. You were trying to turn him against the Syndicate, weren't you?
He just looks at you. Oh, Judah, you're not there. You're still in the city. I just
yeah,
didn't
like
delete
you're
your
not actually
token.
there.
Sorry, Becca.
Yeah, like right now, right now, the three Sin siblings are in privacy.
Okay. Anyway, You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. It's my fault for leaving you token there. You're fine. Anyway, yeah. He just looks at you.
Okay, this is getting to be a bit of a one-sided conversation.
He fires another magic missile at Felicia, knocking her on her head.
Right. Well, I mean, guess I'll leave you to it. And don't worry, I meant what I said about reattaching your...
Thank you.
Yeah, I kind of just I wave goodbye to him.
He fires the third magic missile, sending Felicia face planting into the wall.
It's the little thing.
So he has... yeah, he can cast it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 more times. Felicia's gonna have a bad day.
Tell you what, I'll show you guys the stat block I use for him once the session is over.
I'm glad you didn't give him high wisdom.
He's got middling wisdom. He just rolled bad.
So
I'm glad that he rolled bad.
about an hour passes, and Kagura, you enter the demiplane.
Who's the first person I see?
Probably Vienna.
Is Vierna at the front door?
I think she's just wandering around.
No, I'm. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I'm probably in the library, just sitting back, in an easy chair, reading a book.
All right. In that case, it depends on what direction you go.
Okay, then he heads further into the house until he finds somebody, because Foot thinks it's only courteous to let everyone know he's here.
All right. So who is in the demiplane?
I am.
Dennis is.
Okay. All right. First one you find is Rura. Then
I didn't find Rura.
you're downstairs. You're in the basement.
Okay.
Unless you want to be somewhere else, I figured you'd move your token.
Nah, it's okay. I think she's actively avoiding my character at the moment.
What do you mean? I'm not avoiding your character. I just...
No, I didn't say you. I said Rura.
I doubt it, but I doubt she's avoiding your character. Yeah. Nah. Rura, you're wandering the house and Okay. So, I see. Okay. Alright, in that case, Kagura, as you enter the main domicile, you see Allah and Rura quietly talking.
He approaches them and gives them a chance to notice him before he speaks.
Hey, Kagura.
Is he awake?
I didn't check.
I see.
Alara looks back down and she just goes silent.
Rura?
She can't talk, she's typing.
I know. I know. I would. Kind of giving her a cue to do so. You've always been my biggest skeptic since we met. What do you think? Was this...
While you guys are talking, just you hear a short blast of magic from the other room.
Is this right, though? Honestly, I don't know. I agreed to a duel. It should have been an honorable duel. But
You agreed to a duel at the price of over 2,000 lives. What gave you the right to say that?
he was holding the civilians hostage. I had
And
no choice.
And I did what I had to do to make sure he didn't hold them hostage.
He was mine. He was supposed to be mine. He betrayed me. It should have been me.
Dennis, if you're typing, please mute yourself.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't have. Killing him was never the point. Well, I needed to be the one to beat him. To get through to him. I thought I could get through to him.
When he read the note that Vienna gave him, his eyes twitched. Wasn't sure it was out of anger or frustration. But it didn't show any remorse if that helps you.
Kagura just starts tearing up and hugs Rura. This feels wrong. This feels all wrong. What am I supposed to do now? forward.
Marco?
Well, I,
Hold on.
We were just letting Roro type.
Okay. Because
I I've wanted to make things right for the longest time. Si- I knew what I wanted to do when I became king, but now that I am, I don't know what I should do. Am I ready for this? You're right. You're right. I just need time. It's not like he's dead. Maybe if I try, maybe I found some things in his room. Maybe there's still gotta be some way I can get through to him. I just have to try. Keep trying.
You can speak up during this a lot. You can speak up during this a lot. You are in the same room.
You're talking to Alara or me?
Allah.
Okay.
Do you hate me for what I do?
No. I know you were just doing what you thought was right. But I can't let my pride get in the way of that. Sorry, Alar.
You're wrong about me then. If my actions were just to stop and save the people, I would not have cut off his hand.
You wanted to get back at him for cutting your arm off, didn't you?
I did. For a long time I did. Boiling down, it burned, it spited me. It made me bitter, it made me depressed, it made me almost suicidal at times. But I hated him. It was a lot more than just the harm he did to me. But I'm not the kind of person he is to where I would do the same.
Well, then how are you feeling? Are you satisfied?
Alex said it best when he's talking about revenge. And I told him the same. It's an empty feeling. I don't have regrets for what I did. Well, I suppose I do got a few, actually. It's just... It's empty now. I don't have any connections to him anyway like you do. What is my place to stay to interfere in a very meaningful duel, I guess. But I did. I stooped down to someone's level like that. And now I gotta live with it.
And I won't make the burden any heavier on you.
Alar falls silent at that.
So,
Sorry, we're waiting for Rura.
yeah. I know, just, you know, letting you know if you want to still talk to Carrick, you will have to make it fast for overtime.
Actually, I think what I'm about, my next few lines are a good point to end it off.
You don't want to talk to Carrick? Okay.
Oh, I do. Just it doesn't have to be this week.
Alrighty. Be
Okay,
aware that we won't be here next week, though. We won't be here next week.
I know full well. So, anyway, hold on. Just let me read what Rura is saying. You're right. If honestly, if I had to choose between my father or Emeril, I would have done whatever it took. I would have done whatever it took to keep Emeril safe. So, in a way, I'm not much better. Anyway,
Yeah.
I've made my presence here known. I need to go talk to my father.
I'll see you later, Kagura.
Yeah.
And then she looks at Rura and says, "That puts my soul at ease."
And once Rura finishes her sentence, we will end the session there. Now, again, there won't be a Followers of Mayhem next week because that's when I'll be actually moving. But the good news is the internet is already active in the new place, so I should be able to be right hooked in, and we should be all set to go the week after.
Alrighty.
Regardless. Alright. And that is where we're going to end this session. Thank you all for coming. Hope you all had fun.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye bye.